What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and this is today's project. This is the Edgewood Hellcat, and it is a wild drag racing beast, and we've got a rescue today, and hopefully make it powerful enough to beat the drag tournament and aim to get on the top 10 speederboard. We got some epic vehicles on there, starting at the top with the 6.884 for the Lamborghini Nitro Tractor, as you can see down there. Pretty wild. Second place is the Batmobile from French Toast, the Tractors by Payne, by the way. And the third one is the Alenti Calope VM Drag. That one was made by myself. That's our top three on there. 7.208 is the time we want to be. I'd like to get it into the top three, but like to get it on the top 10. 7.756 is what we're aiming for the quarter of a mile. Will we be able to do it today with the Edgewood Hellcat? Let's get in and take a look at this little beast. We're on the engine, so we'll start with that. Currently in it, it's got the 2-carb overhead valve supercharged engine, and although that is the most powerful out of these options here, we have done that one quite recently. So I'm going to swap it in to the VM Hemi 440 6-pack, which is the next lowest power in the list. There we go. Back to the start page. It is the DR, which I'm assuming stands for Drag Racing or Drag Racer, something like that. That's what we're sticking with, even if it's not what it means. It's from the 1970s, so we put our work cut out with this bad boy. 360,000 kilometers this one's already covered, and we're going to make it do just a couple more on the drag strip before we sell it on for hopefully a bit of profit. It's available in the barn, at the junkyard, or the auction house. We got ours from the auction house, and it's in alright-ish condition. I've definitely seen a lot worse, but we've always seen better. Did we get a good deal? No, of course not. 24,767 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 22,969, losing out on 1,798 before we even begin. This is our project for today. We're going to try and make this one insanely fast with loads of performance parts, get it down the drag strip, hopefully in a very fast time, and then sell it on for some profit. So let's get started. Let's get this little beast into the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. In the car wash with the Hellcat. No, not that Hellcat. The Edgewood Hellcat. So let's get it cleaned. On you go. What have we got underneath this? Is it some sort of beigey brown colour? That is not a nice colour at all. I am not a fan of that one. So let's get the interior done. Get this beast back on the lifter. Get everything stripped down. And then we can change the paint on this beast once we've got it all back together and ready to go. The Hellcat's up in the air. We need to check for the oil pan. It is there, so we need to get all of that drained out to start with. So let's get going with that. Very, very dark. That is the same colour as the oil pan there. Not good at all. But let's get on underneath and see what we've got going on. That's a wheel. Thank you very much. Get started with the starter. Out you come, nice and easy. And then we've got a big old drive shaft running through the middle. No rusty bolts so far. I'm liking that. 2 at the front of the drive shaft. I shouldn't have said anything. Absolutely jinxed it. There we go. Out you come, and then into the gearbox. Nice and simple. Off you come there. Oh, I missed the last bolt. And then we're going to get these front exhaust sections out as well, just so we can rip that engine out of there. Nice and easy. Back down you go. Let's go and grab the engine crane and get that supercharged V8 pulled out of there. We're not putting it back in. We're just going to sell it on and take it away from our profits. There we go. Out you come. We'll put the crane away and see what we've got going on inside the engine bay. Nice and easy one in here. We've got anything missing? It doesn't look like it. To be fair, it looks like actually everything is on this build, and I'm very, very happy with that. It doesn't happen very often, so we like that one. We do have a wishy-washy reservoir, power steering reservoir, a radiator that's got the coolant inside it, fuse box just up here. Down the back, we've got the brake servo and a battery just up there. Nice and easy. But now we need to drain the liquids. So let's find a nice little comfortable spot. We'll go here. Right click, additional tools, drain tools. Click on hold on whatever container you want to drain. And it'll drain all the liquid out. There we go. We're going to get the rest of this stripped. When we come back, we'll sort out the bodywork for this beautiful Hellcat before getting it into the paint shop and picking its beautiful colours. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on the Hellcat. But now we need to sort all this bodywork out. Off with the fender, off with the hood. We will be swapping that hood because we're not using that supercharged engine, so we don't need the cutout anymore. Out with the headlights, windshield, out you come, door, body window. There we go. Anything else, anything else, anything else? No rear bumper. Trunk, out you come. Is that a rear window? It is. I did get the body window. I remember picking that one out. Body window on the other side. And that's everything, I believe. We've got a bench seat in the back there, so out you come. And I think that's it. No steering wheel on there, so that should be everything. Let's double check it. Not that screen. 1% on there. Interior's at 20%, so that looks like it. But have we got everything? Yes, yes, we have. That is what we like to see. We bought the car for a little under 25,000. The frame's at 52%, so it's not bad. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go 650. 1,000. Obviously, I'm not going to get it right, but never mind. Let's get in and have a look at the body shop. Now, you do obviously have the normal body shop for the Edgewood Hellcat. There's all your base standard parts. We will be swapping back into that hood from the alternative hood. If you go back into the body tuning and then go into the Edgewood Hellcat, you can see you've got the alternative hood. Couple of different sets of headlights to go in. Couple of different sets of tail lights. We'll see which ones we like the best when we come to build this one or get it all back together in just a couple of moments. So I'm going to crack on now, get all the stuff we need to get this beautiful body back together, including the interior. We'll get all that done, and then we'll get it into the paint shop. Let's get this beautiful body all back together then, and then into the paint shop. Starting with the fenders, nice and easy. They just are what they are, liking that. Front bumper is the same. Lovely chrome front bumper. The headlights, we went for the C options. They kind of look like they've got eyelashes on there, but I think they look pretty awesome. So in they go. The hood, we went from the alternative one back to the standard one because we don't need the cutout anymore. Nice and simple. Windshield, in you go. Door is just a door. Window is just the window. And on the mirrors as well, they can't be changed. So back on with the stock versions of them we go. In you go, in you go. And on you go there. Round to the back. Rear window. Obviously just the rear window. The trunk is just the trunk. And so is that beautiful rear bumper. Plenty of chrome on this one. It does remind me of Grand Theft Auto 3. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But it does a little bit. But anyway. In with the beautiful tail lights. In you go. In you go. And then the license plate for today. We went for Edgy DR. Edgy Drag Racer. Is the white text working? No, absolutely not. But never mind. Let's keep going around. Back on with the front one. And then let's sort the interior out. For the interior today, the bench, I kept it just as the bench Hellcat. There is 3 options. There's this black one, a brown one, or there's like a tan-coloured one. A whitey tan colour one in there. Kept it with the black. For the front seats, there are plenty of options for seat 5 leather. You've got the solid black, you've got this brown, you've got the tan, you've got this multi one, then you've got a red one and a blue one as well. So there's plenty of options if you want to swap the seats around, but still keep it relatively stock. They are absolutely massive. So big. I was not quite prepared for that. Are they the same size as the standard ones? Let's just quickly go and buy a standard one. This is the one that was in it. So let's just take you out. Are you the same size? Because that just seems insanely large. It is. We're going to stick with it. I'm definitely... can't press the right buttons. I'm definitely swapping that one out and going back in with that two-tone one for the colouring a little bit later on. And while we're here, let's get the steering wheel in. We kept the same steering wheel with the wood effect and the chromeness in the middle because we've got that beautiful wooden dashboard back there as well. Looking very, very nice. But there we go. That should be everything. 100%, 100%, 100%. That's what we like. I'm going to get that extra seat sold, get this one into the paint shop, and let's pick some colours. Here it is then. This is the livery we've gone for today. Looking absolutely fantastic. This is a workshop livery uploaded by Nando. So it is a mod, not available on consoles, I'm afraid. But it looks absolutely incredible. Absolutely loving that. There will be a link in the description below if you want to grab this one for yourself. Looking so good. We've got it in a pearl red with 100 saturation and brightness at 70. Looking very good. We're also going to get the screws and bolts in them colours as well. So let's get all of this on. Painted and ready to go. Make sure we've got no detailing issues. No, that is a lovely shiny colour on there. Looking absolutely fantastic. Definitely going to keep all of the chrome on this. We're even going to add a little bit more chrome onto the engine. Make it look as cool as we can. We've also got the chrome mirrors, chrome bumper, all the chrome trim there. And their chrome rear bumper as well, along with the badging on the back, the Hellcat in chrome as well. Looking very nice. So that's what we're going to go for. If we open up the hood, it's very red in there, which is why I've made the bolts red. I'm going to do mostly black and chrome on this engine. Hopefully it's going to look incredible. We shall see later on. Obviously, it won't be that supercharged engine. It is definitely a very much different engine. But there we go. That's the colours we're going to go for. So let's get it back on the lift. Let's get everything else painted and start getting this beautiful Hellcat back together. That's everything painted, ready to get the beautiful little Hellcat all back together, and it is looking fantastic. I really do love it. This livery is very, very cool. Congratulations to Nando, who made it. It looks so, so nice. Well done to you. But let's take a look. We've changed a couple of little bits. You can see there's definitely some black and red. That's not what I wanted to do. That's also not what I wanted to do. There we go. There's some black and red on the seats at the front there, looking absolutely fantastic. There is a tiny bit of red at the back there. You can see it's just like a sliver underneath. But if we nip around, actually the rear, the under casing, is it the rear as well? And the rear as well that's gone in that red. It is looking very, very nice, but we need to crack on and get all of this suspension in. So let's get started with our shocks, with black shocks and the red springs on there today. Looking very, very nice. Off you come. Let's get in and start throwing some of this in. Just starting with this rear axle. On you go in chrome with a bit of red on there as well. If we nip around to the front, we've got the pinion bearing, we've got the pinion gear with another pinion bearing, and we've also got the pinion diff flange on the end there as well in a beautiful red with a red bolt, just bolting it up. Nip around to the back, in with that rear differential, in you go, and then we've got the bearing caps with some more lovely red screws on there. In you go and in you go. Bolts, should I say. Then we got that diff cover, which we've done in the steel black. And obviously, them beautiful red bolts. Just going around, getting it all attached on there. Just making it look that little bit more special. But that's it for there. Let's get up to the front. We got a couple of bits going in here, along with some floaty bolts. This happens with the 440 6-pack Hemi engine. I believe it's something to do with TK Aftermarket, but I'm not 100% on that. So we'll do a bit of research and we'll try and figure that one out. But in with the front suspension cross member, also in that beautiful chrome. Then we got the steering rack, which we've done in black, and the front sway bar B, which is in that lovely, lovely pearl red on there. All looking absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to jump to some clips of it going in, looking fantastic. Do let me know what you think of these little clips. I will be talking over the top of them as well, and I'll be back in just a moment. Let's go then with all our suspension and lots of chrome, red and black in this one today. Looking absolutely beautiful. What do you think of my editing, getting all of this together like this? It is not an easy task. Well, it's not difficult, but it's not easy. But anyway, almost finished with the front now. Brake, caliper and pad to go on. Then on to the rear. Let's get going with the rear, starting with the fuel tanks, suspension arms, and then all the other little bits going in. Looking fantastic. There isn't much actually down here at the back, so we're very nearly finished. Once we've done this, we'll be moving on to the engine bay before that beautiful V8 Hemi. That's all the suspension done. Looking fantastic in black, red, and this lovely few chrome pieces in there. Front and back as well, looking very, very nice. But now we need to move on and get the engine bay all sorted out and ready to go. We've got a power steering reservoir just up here. Wishy-washy reservoir just in there. Both blacked out, looking fantastic. Brake servos up here, also blacked out. We've still got a clear container on the front there. And if we nip up to the front, we've got the big old radiator seat going in there. Again, just in a black, looking very nice. Onto the battery tray. That's in a black. Still got its brushed sort of finish on it. Then we got the battery not painted at all in the black and red, keeping up with that theme. Bracket on top in the black, and then just some lovely non-painted chrome bracket support rods, looking absolutely fantastic in there. And I do believe, didn't mean to turn my torch on, that is absolutely everything in the engine bay. So now we need to go and build that beautiful, beautiful engine. So let's get into the next room and see how this turns out. In we go. We've got the block in a black and red on there, looking very nice. The oil pan is in a red as well. And if we move on to the heads, they are officially mostly in black, looking very nice. As you saw in the engine bay, we've got some floaty bolts. We've also got some pre-installed bolts on here as well, which do make it a little bit weird. But I will report it so that we can try and get to the bottom of that one. In the heads, we've got the rocker arms, one on each side, so 2 of them in total. Then we've got 8 valve push rods on either side, so 16 in total, and 4 spark plugs on either side, so 8 of them in total as well. But let's move on and get this engine all together, starting with our beautiful cam gear in Yugo and a timing chain in there as well. And then we've got the timing cover on top, which we've done in that beautiful chrome finish, just to add a splash of that onto the engine, looking very nice. The oil filter is just blacked out on there. Then we've got the crankshaft pulley, that's blacked out as well. And we've also got a water pump up here, which is red, but mostly black in there. Just a few splashes of red on the front, just making it look a little bit different, a little bit more out there, with a blacked out water pump pulley on the front. The arms, in they go. They're both in a beautiful red. In you go and in you go there. Then we've got the alternator, which is in red and chrome. Looking absolutely fantastic. Some of the reds are a little bit different. You can see these red bits here are slightly different to the red roller we've got on the front there, but it still looks good nonetheless. Blacked out belt, in you go. Power steering pump in that chrome and red as well. Again, looking fantastic, along with the serpentine belt blacked out on the front there, and the radiator fan blacked out again, just finishing all of that off, looking fantastic. Let's move on though. Ignition coil in you go, just in your normal color, no painting required on that one. We got the distributor in a red and chrome, looking very good. The rotor just in there, not colored, and then the cap on the top just in a solid black, with the clips in a lovely red, both front, oh, if I could click on it, and back. There we go. In you go. Looking very nice on there. Fuel filter just at the back here. That's in a cheeky little red, matching in with everything else. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the exhaust manifolds on now, just so I don't get it wrong. Do always go to the opposite side to the one that's got the bolts in. Otherwise, you might break everything. So I'm going to put you in. Oh, we've already broken everything, hence why we've got an extra one. In we go there. Looking fantastic in the beautiful, beautiful chrome colours. We'll get you in, and then hopefully this one will just ping in. We won't have to do any bolts. That's what I thought. In you go there. All in, making sense. You do have to do the same with the rocker arms. I believe this is something to do with TK Aftermarket at the moment, but it will be fixed, hopefully. So let's get on the head covers. They are chromed out, looking absolutely fantastic on there. In you go, and in you go on the other side. Just keeping up with all of that chrome pieces on the top there. We've also got the intake manifold in the chrome as well. Again, looking absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. Right, then we got carburetor C, carburetor B, and carburetor C on there as well. All of them, in fact, are all in a black and a red, and they look absolutely fantastic. In we go, and then in we go with that very last one on there as well, just finishing it all off, looking beautiful. Loving that thing, it looks great. Air filter base, we've done that one in a red, with our red performance air filter in there as well. Slightly different colour, but still looks good. And then the air filter cover on top, we've just blacked out. And obviously, when this goes in the car, the bolts are all going to turn red and look even better than they do right now. Ignition wires in you go, in that beautiful red. And that is everything on this wonderful engine, all finished and ready to go. So let's get it dropped into the Hellcat and see how good it looks inside that engine bay. In we go. Hopefully looking fantastic. Put the crane away. And let's take a look. Oh, I'm liking that. The chromes at the front, all matching in with the chromes down the back. I'm liking that a lot. Plenty of black and red on there. And as we jump in, you can see all of the red bolts on there as well. They are a slightly different colour, a little bit darker, but that's just the way it goes. They still look very, very nice, including these wonderful ones on the top. But now we need to go in underneath and get the gearbox, starter, all of the exhaust in, and a few pieces like that. So let's crack on. Under we go, up to the front. And let's start with the gearbox, which is in a beautiful black and red. We kept it mostly in the black with a few red accents around the outside. Obviously, you got them bolts in there as well, looking great. The starter itself is in a red, but not forced, just the normal red you can do with the normal paint mode. Looking very good. Front exhaust sections, yes, these are all chromed out, so let's just get them all in. Looking fantastic. The only bits that have got any colour on are these front exhaust pipes, which do have a little splash of red on the sheathing there. Looking very nice. Middle muffler, you can already see we've gone for the resonator delete pipe on there, but kept it all in the chrome nonetheless. And then too far back, rear mufflers are both in chrome, but with red ends on them. Just add a splash extra of that red. Looking very, very nice. Drive shaft in you go. We've just got that one in the red and the steel black. Didn't want to take too much away from everything else we've got going on the underside. But that's everything apart from the wheels. So let's take a wander out. Lots of chrome up the front there. Chrome running right down through the middle. A little bit of seats cutting through, unfortunately, which is just one of them things we have to deal with. And then plenty more chrome, black and red as we come out the back there. With the red tailpipes looking absolutely fantastic. Back down on the ground you go. We've got to get the liquids topped up. Windows tinted. Some beautiful wheels done for this lovely Hellcat. Then we can get it outside in the sun. Well, here she is then, all finished with the beautiful Edgewood Hellcat. Looking fantastic in that absolutely stunning livery by Nando. Looking fantastic. Available on the Steam Workshop. A link in the description below to that one if you want to go grab it yourself for your own Edgewood Hellcat. Maybe use the drag racing version like we have if you want to. Looking absolutely fantastic in this colour scheme with the chrome black and red on there. I absolutely love it. Beautiful, beautiful work. But let's talk about the rims we went for today. I did actually stick with the rims that come on standard, which are the rim Retro 11, but we didn't keep standard sizes, obviously not a lot. We went up to an 18-inch rim for the fronts here with a 235 width, a 40 profile, and ET of 10 just to bring it out so it doesn't clip in with them brake calipers without coming out too far to clip into the slight bits of fender on there as well. Looking very good. Down at the back, the rim itself is still an 18-inch rim, but the rear tyre is a 255 width with a 50 profile, so bigger on both sides, but no ET needed because we have got brake drums on the back here, so we don't need to worry about them clipping too much. But it's looking very, very nice. Obviously, we did get the triple colour on them. We got the bolts in red when we were in the paint booth earlier. And we've got the rim in a chrome and black on there. Looking fantastic. Let's jump inside. We obviously did manage to get some red on the front seats. A little bit of red on the rear seats. You probably can't actually see it from anywhere. But never mind. So let's jump in. We've obviously got the beautiful wood on the steering wheel. And that wonderful wood on the dashboard as well. I do like a lovely bit of wood trim in my cars. It looks fantastic. But let's get the Hellcat started. See what she sounds like. Not a bad tick over. We've all heard of the Hemi before, especially the 446 packs. Not my first rodeo doing this one, but let's give it some gas. Still sounding pretty mean at that wonderful top end. So now let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is, what its drag rating will be, and then get it onto the drag strip to enter a brand new tournament. Here we are then on the dyno with the Edgewood Hellcat DR, or Drag Racer as I've been calling it, with this Hemi 440 6-pack V8 engine with 361 factory horsepower. How much have we added today with performance parts, and what's its drag rating? A gain of 367 horsepower, more than a whole new engine. I am always happy when that happens. A gain of 102%, bringing us up to 728 total measured horsepower. Pretty good from this little beast with a drag rating of 634. That is a little low, but we are in the top category, so it does mean our races might be a bit more challenging today, so we'll see about that in just a moment. But before we go in there, let's have a look at the gearbox tune. That's what I've gone for today, a 2.03 ratio. Bang on 100k in first gear, apparently. Up to a recorded 329 in fourth gear. Kept it with the same 4 gears. Tweaked with this a little bit and these end 2 gears just to get it as much as I could enjoy it on the drag strip. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say this is going to be the quickest or fastest we've ever seen, but it's definitely fun nonetheless. We have 3 tunable carburetors in there, all fully tuned up and ready to go. Check out this little short if you want some help on how to tune the carburetors every time. There's also a link in the description below to that tuning, along with the ECU tuning that we don't need for this one today, or you can just find them on the shorts on my channel. I've heavily reduced it down. There is only 3 shorts on there. One is the trailer, for, I want to say, the Dodge Chrysler Plymouth DLC, and then we've got the 2 shorts on how to perfectly tune every time. So there we go. Make sure you check them out. But for now, let's get this beast onto the drag strip, try and win a tournament. Here we are then on the drag strip with the beautiful drag racing edition Edgewood Hellcat. At least that's what I'm assuming the DR stands for. So let's get into it. King of the Sands, 1 mile A-class, and pay our 1,000 entry fee. And who is our first race? Our first race is against French Toast. Good to see you, my friend. I don't like it when you're the first race, though. I like it when you're the last. We want to get that to happen at some point, but there we go. You are in the Shelby Cobra Super Snake. Absolutely fantastic little beast that is. We've also got Multiply with us in the McLaren F1 GT Longtail. I hope we don't come across against that too soon. Here is the earliest point we can meet it, but I don't really want to race it. We've also got Dr. R in the Ford Mustang Jacob Toretto's LX edition. Who else have we got with us friends-wise? That looks to be about it. Sorry if I've missed anybody, but let's get into our first race against French Toast in the Super Snake Shelby Cobra. Shelby Cobra Super Snake, piloted by French Toast, looking nice in the blue and black with a bit of chrome on there as well. Chef's kiss, a good work. Against the virtual mechanic, me or us, in the beautiful Edgewood Hellcat. Are we going to win the first race against the Shelby Cobra? I know they can be very powerful. We're hoping we've done just enough to this Hellcat to get it across the line. So let's go. Come on, you beautiful little car. Off the line. Into second. Not too shabby. Very fast off the line there. Into third. Where is our beautiful little Shelby Cobra? Not with us as it stands at the moment. I'm happy with that. Let's get this beast into top gear and see what we can get across the finish line, and if we can win our very first race. I'm certainly hoping so. Sorry, French Toast, but I do like to win. You know I've got a competitive edge. Let's get this beast across the line and see what we've got for our first run. There we go, across the line. What have we got? 9.901 seconds, under 10 seconds for the beautiful Edgewood Hellcat. Very, very happy with that. It's a sub 10 second car. Always makes me happy. 25.357 seconds to the 1 mile. Not too shabby at all, with a top speed of 309 kilometers an hour. Sorry, French Toast, you're out in the first round. I'm just glad it's not me, if I'm truly honest. So let's get back and see who we've got in the next race. Sadly, we've lost French Toast to us. Don't tell him. Dr. R, you'll find out later. Dr. R as well has been knocked out by the Virtual Mechanic Edition Porsche Carrera GT, and I know that one's fast, but it now does come up against Multiply's McLaren F1 GT Longtail, which could be quite a challenging race. And we've obviously got the Ford F100 monster truck, which probably shouldn't be here, but it is nonetheless. And it did beat the McLaren F1 GTR Longtail. So I'm a little bit worried about our next race. Let's just get on with it and see if we can beat the monster truck. To give that monster truck some credit, it does have slick tyres on, so it is sort of a drag strip monster truck build, and it also did beat the McLaren F1 GTR Longtail, which is absolutely insane. I don't know if we'll be able to beat it in the Edgewood Hellcat, but there is only one way to find out. Let's go. Come on, you little beast. Off the line. I definitely want to beat a monster truck. I do not want to lose to a monster truck. Come on, Edgewood Hellcat, you can do this. Into third. Where are we? We are out in front as it stands. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will stay that way. I'll be a little bit embarrassed if we did lose out to a monster truck. So let's just keep an eye on it. Please don't come flying past me. I am not prepared for this. But let's get this beast across the finish line and see if our second run is better or worse than our first. There we go, across the line. What have we got? 10.047 seconds. Definitely not as good as our first run, but we did beat the Ford F100 monster truck, so I am happy with that. 25.529 to the 1 mile. Again, not as good as our first run, but still with the same top speed. So there we go. We've made it into the next race. Is it going to be Multiply in the McLaren F1? Let's go find out. We're in the semi-final, but we are against Multiply in the McLaren F1 GT Longtail, which is definitely going to be a hard one to beat. So we're going to have a work cut out, struggled with that one. Up in the next semi-final, we've got the Super Snake Shelby Cobra, which we have already beat once today, versus the Ford Mustang RTR Unicorn version 1, the Chem Block number 43, Gymkhana 7 edition. Who's going to win out of them two? Who's going to win out of us two? Let's get into it. Let's find out. My arch nemesis on the drag strip, the McLaren F1, any model of them, but the GT Longtail is definitely a very good one, piloted by Multiply today against our beautiful Edgewood Hellcat DR edition. I'm not sure about this one. I'm pretty confident we're going to lose, so let's just get on with it and get it over with. Let's go! Come on, Hellcat, you can do this. Into second. I'm just expecting that McLaren to just fly past any second now. Into third, where are you? Well, we are out in front as it stands, but there it is, just catching us up. Hopefully we can keep it up all the way to the finish line. Just get into top gear and wait to see that lovely little nose cone just appear in our quarter panel window there. Is it going to show up? Are we going to beat it? Are we going to make it into the final? I think we are. Sorry, Multiply. And across the line. Is that our best run of the day? I certainly hope so. 9.994 to the quarter of a mile. Sadly, not quite our best run of the day. Our first run with the 9.901 was still the best run as it stands. We've got a final race to go. Didn't think we'd make it there. 25.464 seconds to the 1 mile. Again, not quite as good as our first run with the 25.357. But still the same top speed, so we know the tuning is pretty sweet on this bad boy. But there we go. Sorry, Multiply, you are out. But let's move on to the final and see who we're up against. Well, there it is. That's the final race. We're against Nicole Price in the Ford Mustang RTR version 1 Unicorn. Absolutely fantastic from Gymkhana 7. This, again, is one of our other nemesis. Not quite as much as the nemesis as the McLaren, but we do struggle against the Unicorn. So let's get in and try and beat it with the Edgewood Hellcat DR. The final race of the day. Is it going to be an interesting one? Is it going to be a close one? We will certainly find out in just a few moments. But there we go. In my opinion, one of the best coloured and liveried RTR unicorns, or one of the best unicorns in my opinion. Absolutely fantastic. We still miss and love a Chem Block, but he has got the new electric Kana coming out this December, weirdly from Beyond the Grave, but I'm so impressed that they finally got made. I've been talking about that car for a little while, not on this channel, but to my friendship group and things like that, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one. But anyway, we're going to try and beat it with the Edgewood Hellcat. I'm not sure if we'll be able to, so let's find out. Let's go. Final race of the day. Let's make it a good one, Hellcat. Let's go. Off the line into second. Come on. We want to get into third. Nice and easy. There we go. Where's the Unicorn? It is beating us. I mean, I did kind of expect that. It is one of them things. It is a very impressive, powerful car. But let's get into top gear and just see what our speed and times will be when we cross the line, even if it is in second place. I mean, I'll take it. Second place. So let's go. Come on, you beautiful little Hellcat. What have we got for us? Across the line in the last race of the day. Sadly, not as good as our first run. 10.056 to the quarter of a mile, 25.547 to the 1 mile, but still with the same top speed of 309 kilometers an hour. So there we go. Let's get back. Let's collect our winnings, see how much we've got from this one coming second. We did make it into the final, so I am happy about that one. Then get it back to the garage and hopefully sell on this Hellcat for a tasty bit of profit after we've got it and found out where it goes on the speeder board. There we go. We came second, but we still got 5,250, which does obviously eat up our entire entry fee and how much we were down at the beginning. So we're already in profit, really, whatever happens with this car, as long as we can sell it for as much as we spent on it, and hopefully just a little bit more. So let's get back to the garage, find out where it goes on the speeder board. Well, there she is, all finished, and that engine looks absolutely beautiful in there. Even if it wasn't the most powerful, 9.901 seconds to the quarter of a mile, 25.357 to the 1 mile, with a top speed on the drag strip of 309 kilometers an hour, pitting it 67th out of 102 different drag builds we've done on this channel. Not too shabby. Yeah, definitely not quite the best, but it's still pretty good nonetheless. A little bit less than mid-table, I would say. But let's talk some facts and figures. I bought the car for $24,767 and would have sold it at a loss at the beginning, losing out on $1,798. But we further spent $59,528 upgrading, modifying, tuning, painting, and entering that drag tournament, paying our total spend at $84,295. Is there some money to be made from this beautiful little Edgewood Hellcat? I certainly hope so. But let's get in. Let's take a look. Well, there it is, all 100% complete and looking absolutely fantastic. 360,000 kilometers on there. We didn't actually add that much mileage to this one today, but we did make it look incredible and change a few bits. For example, that engine from 361 of factory horsepower up to 728 after we did swap it in to the 440 6-pack Hemi. Very pleased with that one. We had a gain of 102% with all our performance parts and our tuning on there as well. But we spent 84,295 to get there. Are we going to make some money? With a sale of 102,734, we are definitely going to make some money. 18,439 profit to be exact. Now, if you want to know what mods I use, the TK Aftermarket and the Quality of Life mod are the only ones I use externally from the Steam Workshop. Links in the description below if you want to grab both of them. And the only other mod we used on this one today is this beautiful livery by Nando, which is available on the Steam Workshop. And once again, yes, links in the description below. So go and grab that one yourself because it is a fantastic looking livery. Absolutely great job by that one. There we go. But it's time to say goodbye to the Hellcat. We'll take our little bit of profit, our 18,439. And then what have we got coming up next? Well, first off, I need to apologize. And I need to apologize because I should be doing a competition entry Shelby Cobra, but I haven't had time. I had to travel for a doctor's appointment over the weekend or over Friday, and I didn't have enough time to go and build a custom version of the Shelby Cobra, and I'm disappointed in myself, but we will be doing one very soon, or it just won't be for the competition. It'll just be for a bit of fun, but we will still put it on our show car board when we come round to it. So first off, I apologise that I haven't built one ready for you to explore yet. But next up, we do have this beautiful Lamborghini Murcielago. Well, let me get close enough. There we go. Lamborghini Murcielago LP670-4. The Super Veloce, or however we're pronouncing that second word there. I'm really not 100% sure on that one. We'll call it the Super Veloce for the time being. It's available from the auction, the salon, and the junkyard. This particular version is. We got ours from the auction house, as per normal. It's where I spend most of my time in this game, bidding on cars in the auctions. But there we go. The frame itself is in terrible condition, but everything else isn't too shabby. Parts maybe a little bit on the low side there, but we can live with that. Did we get a good deal for it? Absolutely not. I bought it for 110,003 and I could sell it for 87,682, losing out on 22,321, which is definitely a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. The engine in this one is currently the V12 double overhead cam MRN engine, pumping out 670 factory horsepower. If you want a different one swapped in, do let me know in the comments below. We'll be coming back to this one on Wednesday. I'll probably be starting recording a little bit actually on Monday, so maybe not. I'm trying to get a bit ahead of myself at the time being, so we'll ignore that. I'll pick an engine to go on it. We'll pick something powerful. This beast is going around the racetrack. In fact, maybe we won't go for something powerful. Maybe we'll go for the lightest, the lowest horsepower engine from stock, see what we can get it up to, and see what we can get it around the racetrack. The beautiful Lamborghini Murcielago. So this is what we'll be doing on a Wednesday then at the beautiful Lamborghini Murcielago Super Velour, or however you are supposed to pronounce that word. I'm not 100%. What did you think of our beautiful Edgewood Hellcat today? I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Do let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. And if you think we could have squeezed a bit more power at it, let me know how and maybe what engine we should swap into that one. And the next time we come to do it, if we come back to that one again. But there we go. Yeah, leave me a cheeky little like if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Share this video with your friends, but most importantly, check you are subscribed, because I do need the subscribers, so if you could help out with that, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Just press that little subscribe button, click the notification bell, and have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. Once again, thank you for sticking around to the end. I really do appreciate it. One of the best ways you can support me, apart from maybe clicking that subscribe button. That really, really does help. But thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.